Alright folks, so welcome back to another Unreal Engine 5 tutorial here. It's going to be super quick. A lot of my learners, they ask me how to set up a dash mechanic in Unreal Engine 5. And this is definitely beginner friendly, very easy to follow along. Let's get straight into it here. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to create my input first of all. So if I go to the third person character folder, there's an input folder, there's an actions folder, right click, go input, input action, IA underscore dash, Control Shift S, save that, that's that setup. Then if I go back into the IMC default, that's the input mapping context that's set up by default to the third person character controller. If I expand mappings, click the plus symbol. Down here, I'll add in my dash, expand that. I will just click on this keyboard symbol till the mouse shows up. I want to use the left mouse button, okay? And then I'll save this and I'll close it. I'll go back into third person character blueprint. I'll open that up. Now, what I'll do first of all, I'll create a variable called is dashing. The idea is that we don't want to spam the dash while we're dashing. I'll make sure it's a type boolean, so it's true or false. And just in some space, right click and type in dash. And see enhanced action events. If you expand this and you see you got different options, we're going to use triggered. So let's get is dashing, come off it with a branch to create our condition, and plug it into triggered. Okay, so if is dashing is true, we don't want to do anything, okay, because we're dashing, all right. But if it's false and we're not dashing, we want to be able to give it its input. Okay, so we want to set is dashing to be true, and then from here we want to launch character. So we launch our character like so. Now we need to get the launch velocity set up. So if we right click down here and get velocity, and then we come off the return value. So we come off the return value with a multiply operator, and we'll right click on this pin here to the left, the bottom left, and we change it to float single precision. I'm going to put the amount of 10 in just so you can see it. You can play around with this and how far you want to launch your character. It's really up to you. Now, I don't want to launch it in all directions. This is a return value, it's a vector, okay, so it's a direction. I want to launch it just in the X and Y because the Z axis is top to bottom, so that's like jumping or if I'm falling. I don't want to be able to dash in that sense. So if I right click on this pin here and I split the structure pin and I right click on the launch velocity pin over here and I split the structure pin, plug the X into the X and the Y into the Y, and then just put a little bit of a delay so we can't spam it, of course. So delay, I'll put 1 second in here just to be on the safe side. Again, trial and error. You can tinker these values to your liking, and then I'll set is dashing to be false. Okay, now that is pretty much that. Okay, you can frame that up, just compile it. There's two more things to do. Character movement. If you look at the character movement general settings, use separate break and friction, untick that. Scroll down to where it says character movement, jumping, falling. It says falling lateral friction. I'm going to put it to 5 for the moment. You can play around with this if you want. And I will compile this. I'll press play. Oh, sorry. I'll play in my new render window. And if I'm just moving around, I left click, you can see that I'm dashing. Obviously, there's no animation in here. You can put an animation montage of dashing in, but that is the mechanic itself. I can jump, I can dash over objects, etc. Very, very simple to implement. Okay, so thank you for watching. All right. If you like this video, please, or if you enjoyed watching this video and it's helped you out, please like and subscribe. I also have a Patreon, the link will be in the description. Any support is very welcomed. I need to get a new microphone. But yeah, thank you for your time and good luck in your game dev journey.